1,000 people have already fled for neighbouring countries since Ouattara won a controversial third term. They fear escalating violence there.
On behalf of the opposition platform that is dismissing a transitional body in the face of such a serious situation, it's important to strengthen security and ensure that there are no surprises. It is within this framework that the security forces have conducted patrols, and we proceeded to disperse some small groups.
Now, turning to the coronavirus pandemic in England is set to go back into a lockdown on Thursday. Restaurants, pubs, gyms and non-essential businesses will close for 4 weeks in a bid to try to contain a second wave of infections. The British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has vowed to intensify testing when the new measures expire on December 2nd. Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland have their own restrictions in place. Well, let's now speak to Niamh Barker. He joins us live from London. Niamh, England is bracing for a very dark November. Some potential good news about the AstraZeneca vaccine in the new year?
Yes, a sharp intake of breath, because it is only potential good news. There are around about 200 vaccines that are currently in development internationally. Around a dozen of those are in the later stages of development, but there is anticipation growing around the Oxford University AstraZeneca vaccine, official name AZD1222. According to the head of research, the vaccine is showing some positive early results, namely a robust immune response in all age groups, including elderly people, and as you know, you're more likely to suffer serious complications, possibly death as a result of getting coronavirus in your later years. And also, the vaccine is showing few side effects amongst elderly people that the vaccine has been tested upon as well. The hope is that within a matter of weeks we'll have a fuller understanding of the efficacy of that vaccine. It needs to be peer-reviewed, say the researchers involved in the trial at the moment, before they release that information. But yes, positive step forward. It is the British government's understanding that in the first quarter of 2021, they may, if there is positive news, be able to roll out this vaccine en masse to the general population. One caveat, though, is that according to research by Imperial College London, people who naturally develop immunity to the virus after getting it see that immunity, their antibody levels, drop quite significantly, quite quickly. The suggestion being that if this vaccine is available, you may need to have regular boosters to develop any kind of solid immunity to help people in the long run.
Right, well, Niamh, so in the meantime, though, another lockdown. Talk us through what this is all going to look like.
Yeah, this is a major U-turn for the British government, who up until this point have been championing its more localised approach to dealing with coronavirus, a tiered approach where different parts of the country were ranked in terms of severity. But given the steadily rising case of coronavirus across the country, with a possibility of thousands of deaths a day, say the scientists, in a matter of months, also the possibility of a second peak being between 50% and 150% greater than the peak of the first wave, the government has been forced to act. So from midnight tonight, new measures come in place, the closure of all non-essential businesses, and obviously that will have a major effect on many companies and many people's lives who've already experienced many, many months of disruption.
Niamh Barker there with all the latest for us from London. Thank you so much, Niamh. Well, now, aid agencies say it could take months to restore power to some areas of the Philippines after Super Typhoon Goni destroyed homes and triggered floods across the country. At least 20 people have been killed in the world's strongest storm this year, and now another one is on the way. Jamila Alandogan reports from Albay, one of the hardest hit regions.
Typhoon Goni hit the province of Albay for only a few hours, but the devastation it left behind is beyond comprehension. This is the coastal community of Tiwi. It was once a busy fishing village of more than 1,000 families. This is all what's left of it now. More than 90% of the homes here have been destroyed. It took Nursey and Romeo Benedict